It's February 12th. Moses relays God's instructions and his plans for the tabernacle to the people, telling them in chapter 35, verse 5, "Whoever is of a willing heart, let them bring it as Yahweh's offering." And so they bring all manner of materials needed for the construction of the tabernacle, its furnishings, the utensils, the courtyard, and the priestly garments. A special sacrifice, equivalent to a tabernacle tax, is instituted to continue the operation of the tabernacle once it is completed. But its initial construction is funded by free will offerings, or in modern vernacular, donations. Moses didn't have to beg. He didn't have to manipulate them into giving. He just laid the need out there, and the people generously respond. Their hearts are stirred, and their spirits are moved to action. In creating the golden calf, the Israelites had just participated in one of the most egregious acts that could be imagined. And when pardoned, they knew they were on the receiving end of God's marvelous grace. They were appreciative for the fresh start they had been given. And so they gave generously of the very best that they had: gold, silver, fine jewels, linens, and hides. In fact, the people brought so much that there was more than enough material to complete the entire project. A giving heart is the appropriate response to God's amazing, wonderful grace. It's not just appropriate for God's people to be generous and cheerful givers. It's necessary. It is essential because giving changes us. When we give, we are modeling God's character. There are certain things that we will not know or see from God's perspective until we learn to be a generous giver. Giving is an area that challenges most Christians because it requires us to prove what we believe. A gifted teacher once said, "What you believe is what you do. Everything else is just religious talk." God is a giver, and He is moving in our lives so that our thoughts, attitudes, and actions look like His. He wants us to give like He gives. Now here's today's application. Do you have a grateful heart? Are you a giver? If you are not giving to God's work, ask yourself, why not? How can you credibly claim to follow God if you're not willing to give back to Him something of value? How can you credibly claim to follow God if you're not willing to trust Him with part of what you are depending upon in order to get by? Resolve today to step up and be a cheerful and generous giver. Now here's today's prayer.